Okay, so one of the cool things about the plants that we work with, but all plants in general, is that they don't just work on the physical body, they work on your other bodies as well, which is, of course, the basis of really the entire brand.
Yeah, which is the fun part.
Yeah, exactly.
I never fell in love with making candles. I fell in love with the ability of a plant to create a shift in the energy of your space.
Through a candle.
Through a candle or a spray or whatever
Exactly.
that is. So.
Yeah, so for anyone who's a little bit unfamiliar with that, could you talk a little bit more about plants and how they affect your energetic bodies and what that is and what that means and just whatever comes to mind will be helpful on that
sort
topic.
of like, how do they work? How does this work?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the first way I would say, the most simple way I could explain it is that it works through the principle of resonance. And what does that mean? Well, all of you is made up of energy frequencies, and plants are also made up of energy frequencies. And different vibrations and frequencies are going to have different levels of, or different like density, right? So obviously things that have mass that we can touch and feel has a different density than maybe energies that are existing within your or your emotional energetic body. You can have different densities. So plants and you are made up of the same fundamental energy frequencies. And so that's why I say they sort of speak the same language. And so what happens is that when you are using plants in not any form, but in the forms that we produce them into, there's going to be an interaction between the plant and your energetic field. And so as that energetic imprint from the plant interacts with you, there's going to be aspects of resonance within your field that then become enhanced as a result of the plant sort of speaking to your energetic field. And the nice thing is that can be enforced over time as you're using those plants to help to raise your overall vibration.
Right, and is this like the saturation that you've sort of spoken about?
Yeah,
to me
okay,
before?
so that's a good question. Sometimes people will go, gosh, when I first started using this one plant or liquid smudge or whatever it was, I could really feel the effect of it. And now, like, is it not working as well? I've been using it for a while. And I always tell people, no, that's perfect. It means you're using it. It's working really, really well. But what happens is your energy field starts to saturate with the energy of that plant. And so it'll feel like, oh, I don't notice it as much.
Right,
but
because there's less of a...
Yeah, so you're actually assimilating to the energy of that plant, which is great. So it'll feel like as you integrate it, it'll feel like for a little while that you don't notice it as much, and then you go through a time period, you go, oh, I really noticed the difference and the positive impact of it again, and then you'll sort of integrate that for a little while, and then you'll sort of step
Oh, okay, there's levels to this.
Right, so your energetic field, like everything, like it's always doing, is adapting to that new input, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So interesting.
I could go so many ways on that topic, but I think the most succinct way to explain it is through the principle of resonance.
Okay.
And that's why it's really important when you're looking for any product, even if you're just in the crystal shop, where you're buying anything where you're going to be interacting with it, maybe for spiritual practice or meditation practice, is to really make sure that you're clearing the energy of that item that you're going to be using in those practices. Because,
right, so you're not accidentally integrating something you don't want to integrate. Is that where you're going with this?
Because just like things can physically get dusty, they can get energetically dusty, and you don't need that.
Right.
So that's why we make such a big effort with all of our products to really raise the energy of the plants that become the ingredients and then the products themselves, because that's how you're going to get the greatest benefit on those, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels, as well as, the physical level.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you for that.